right? But
I can't see.
Oh, Vitali is attempting to petition for bail. Yeah, it is what I was just talking about. Bail is not a right for foreigners. So basically, yeah, you're not just immediately. You know how we keep saying it's at the Philippines' discretion? Yeah, basically, so is bail. So it's at their discretion if he gets bail. How many of y'all are confident they're giving Vitali bail? All right, so good seeing the show of hands here. There were none. You'd be correct. Like, what are we talking about? Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Tough. Yeah, I ain't wasting no time. Hilarious, ridiculous. You saw title and thumbnail, whatever I put for it, but I know what I'm reading right now as far as title, and of course I read that boy every time we get into the vid, so you gonna see. But off the basis of what y'all seen on title and thumbnail, yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, I'm done.
It's cute to say the very least. I mean, man, he tried. He tried. He sure did try.
He's trying, at least.
I'm not gonna lie.
He's trying.
And obviously, coming from truly not obviously the religious moral arbiter out here, I'm not really a believer. But as far as I'm concerned, yeah, I don't know if God thinking too positive about anything he's done in the Philippines. But
he's trying.
To each their own. Y'all know how that goes because obviously within Christianity, know that there is forgiveness. Y'all know that type jazz. But I don't know how willing I am, at least personally, to forgive Vitali. But we'll be seeing in the vid how he thinks he will be. So let's get right into it. You already know, when there's smoke, there's fire. There usually is a certain guy that comes after that. But he's not here today. Because we're dealing with Vitali. But you know who is. Y'all see him. Legal mindset. We got Vitali finds God and seeks bail. Fast facts. Like I told y'all in the intro. If y'all want to watch the original video, description, first link. Showed a lot of legal mindset as always. Let's see what we're talking about.
Okay, let's see.
Vitali has found God and he is seeking bail, according to his defense attorneys. And this is just as we have news that new charges may be headed down the pike for Vitali in the Philippines. Of course, this is the legal mindset. We teach you to be your own judge. I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney here in Asia. And we've been following these nuisance streamers like Vitali, like Johnny Somali on my channel from start to finish, all the way from beginning to sentencing. So we have an update today in the case of Vitali, which has been really boiling over the last 2 weeks as the legal teams are now sparring with the prosecution, submitting an information this week on 3 counts of unjust vexation, while the defense is coming up with any reason to get Vitali out from behind bars from
I don't think they're trying hard enough.
Serving time in a Philippine prison.
Well, either way, they gonna have to try harder because I ain't gonna lie. It's looking. It has looked pretty cooked for Vitali, as we've seen with all, the Johns he did.
And today we also had an interview, and this interview was quite telling, that just came out with the secretary in the Philippines, as well as comments from Vitali's lawyers. That was, of course, to give credit here, aired on ANC. A changed guy. Lawyer says Russian vlogger Vitali seeks forgiveness, had no criminal intent. So I'm going to give you guys a translation.
Like you could argue, I guess, on that intent thing, but I'm sorry, brother. You walked up to an elderly woman and said you were gonna rob her. Like, maybe you really didn't have no intention to actually act on that or whatever. But like, yeah, that's still something you went out and did and put out, like potentially threatening her, or not potentially. You did threaten her, but like, you didn't act on it. Sure. I think you're still gonna get cooked for this a little bit, just a tiny bit.
I think he did purposely go and act like he was a McDonald's worker.
Yeah.
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 Did grab that hat.
I'm tweaking. I almost forgot about that.
Hat.
I remember that because
he did pull off on that motorcycle. I'm just sucking all the things he did.
Yo, you know what's so
was
funny?
He having mental health issues then? Probably was, but anyway.
Yo, I'm thinking about this now. Truly breaking the fourth wall. Yo, the boss be like, yo, you don't need to keep reading out all the charges they got. Just did it.
But I'm just saying.
I'm like, yo.
But they said.
Still be yapping. But no, I see where you're coming from with that. It's like, you want to find God, find forgiveness now? You could have just did that right before you committed all these different crimes.
If you was a true believer and it's a God, you would never did all that.
Of course. Why? Because these are sins.
You would have been reading the Bible and you would have known you should not do that.
I ain't gonna lie. I think most heads would confirm that these are things that you probably should not do. Wouldn't be so koosh.
From some of these interviews and these articles. Obviously, thank you to members of my team that have translated that and fans that have translated that. Thank you so much for that. And by the way, if you want to support my team that's been translating and doing a lot of work and other stuff related to Johnny Somali and Vitali, you can head over to Ko-Fi/Andrew Esquire and drop a donation for the team. So we'll start out here with a little bit of the translation. I'm going to read out what was said about Vitali.
My favorite way. So then I don't have to read it.
Yes.
No, he's not playing.
It's reported today.
Yo, why the boss hating, y'all? I know I be yapping.
What you yapping now? Come on.
It is possible that additional cases will be faced by the Russian vlogger who was arrested for harassing Filipinos, according to the Department of Interior and Land Government. His lawyer, Vitali's lawyer, told the news that Vitali has changed his ways and is asking.
Well, did he change because he felt he should genuinely change, or did he change because he's now rotting in a jail cell eating $1.20 meals?
When did he change his ways?
No, that's either what it was. Either he was going to change his ways before he got in that boy, or he changed them directly because of the result of his actions.
That was a quick change.
Which one do y'all think? I think I'm going with the latter. That's just me, though.
Asking for forgiveness from everyone he had aggrieved. This is reported, of course, by Lisa Anguino, saying it's been 2 months spent in jail in the detention facility of the Bureau of Immigration.
Okay.
Complaints were filed against Vitali after he harassed Pinoys in a mall and restaurant in Taguig City while live streaming. Next week, the hearing will start for 3 counts of unjust taxation, which should be happening very shortly. The prosecutor has already dismissed the charge of theft, but it's very likely, very possible that the vlogger is going to face additional charges, which could include what happened in Boracay. After investigation by the prosecution, said the Undersecretary Rumula, there are a lot of witnesses that came out, so they are currently being examined for the possible merits of the case. They're about to file it. Vitali's lawyer told ABS-CBN News that Vitali has gone through big changes during his 2 months in jail.
Yeah,
probably physical. That could be one. Okay. Let me be quiet.
I'm not even. I don't even have nothing to say anymore after what the boss just said, because that's so true though. That's like provably true. Like, not even trying to be mean, but yeah, like we were having our little theories before. Vitali got into his little predicament. He's sitting in a jail cell now. That he might have been. He might have been off the roids or some John like that. He could have been. We don't know for sure.
I said he was on a white.
But I mean, that was with the
It
action.
don't matter how the white was. The white could have been roids.
Okay.
The white could have been in Get Strong.
Don't describe the Johns. Like, yo,
I just said the white could have been anywhere. Anything.
That is true though, because a lot of these substances. Anyway, I'm describing them. But anyway, to that is like, yeah, since he obviously does not have them, or potentially if he's on them, he doesn't have them anymore in jail. Like, that caused his frame to slim down, looking a little bit malnourished, especially because these meals, the way they were sounding.
If they have drywall, he got white.
I don't even think they have that. That's the sad part.
I mean, they had drywall in the prison.
Because wasn't a lot of a lot of pictures you see, a lot of the heads in the prisons and all that were like outside, like just in these huge cells.
Okay.
You know.
I'm gonna leave the guy alone.
Yeah, no, that's a lie. Video probably will be on him. Who knows? One of these days, again, when something stupid happens.
He said if he is given the chance, he wants to personally ask for forgiveness from those he aggrieved. His attorney says he is better now because he has found his faith. We are a Christian nation. We believe in forgiveness, and I hope that we can arrive in forgiveness because this guy is really a changed guy and wants to seek forgiveness. In one statement, Rumula confirmed that he received a letter from Vitali asking him to drop the charges. However, his lawyer had a clarification. So we talked about that, by the way, last video and last couple of videos, but there's a clarification. So they want to clarify the focus is not about dropping the cases, but forgiveness. So, of course, this is after people gave him the pushback on this, and we covered this, and this information got out there about dropping the cases. So now it appears they're trying to shift the tactic to forgiveness and Christianity.
Remember at first he wrote the letter to Secretary Rumula, was like, yeah, this y'all not right. Y'all need to drop these charges, yada yada, this, that, and the third. Bruh. Now you want Hess to feel sorrowful?
Now it's like, oh, I'm sorry. Can you drop the charges? Oh, wait a minute. We got to clarify that. I'm sorry. So now you don't want to mention dropping the charges no more.
Exactly.
Huh?
Now you just.
Now now like, you all tricked up now. Okay.
Cute. Very cute. but not going to work. That's tough. That is.
And try to make it not about dropping the cases. So, we can continue the case, right? Because it's about forgiveness and it's about moral forgiveness, which is something that happens in your heart, not really necessarily in a courtroom, right? Anyways, his attorney also filed for a motion for bail. If found guilty, he may be facing a sentence of up to 18 months, a year and a half in the Philippines. So this is a very important turning point. And I want to bring this up. And of course, as always, I do have a PowerPoint here. So let me throw this up on screen. And this is, of course, an update as of today. So the important thing to note here about Vitali is right now he's got these 3 counts of unjust vexation. We talked about that. Those informations are supposed to be filed this week, sometime this week, maybe later this week, Thursday, Friday, we'll see. And the estimate, once again, on the low end is 1 to 3 months behind bars or up to 18 months. Now, what we have today is the fact that new charges are coming, which is very interesting because many people have been asking questions. Well, what about Boracay? There's a lot of things that went down in Boracay. And what are we going to do about that? Well, it seems like those may.
Yeah, I just read the middle bullet point, like not intentionally. Just
what?
Just read the middle bit. Like we're gonna obviously legal minds are gonna go back through it, but just read the middle. Okay. Yeah, just like oh my god.
Be able to come in the future. And in fact, we saw this in the Johnny Somali case where they initially pursued.
No, I'm sorry. I have to comment on this. Vitali claims to be reading the Bible daily, appealing to Philippines as a Christian country. Brother, are you you're basically just grifting to get out further.
Are you reading it because you found God and you want forgiveness? No, are you reading it because the Philippines is a Christian country and you know what? I gotta say it to the masses.
But he's not reading to it. He's not doing it for any of these reasons. We know why he's doing this. He's doing this so he can look good, so he can get out of jail. Literally, I promise y'all. Do y'all think he would have found God? Do y'all think he would be reading the Bible on the daily if he was in a jail cell? I mean, not in a jail cell? No, he would be at. Yo, I promise y'all. You know what? No. Actually, I'm not even gonna say that. No, he needs his consequences. But on the factor, whenever he get out, I promise y'all, bruh, he's gonna get out and do one of 2 things: either stop making content, which he should, or go right back to nuisance IRL streaming. So what are we talking about? He's not gonna find God. He hasn't found God. Like, bro, come on, man. Listen, some heads may cancel me for that, Joe. How could you tell somebody what their beliefs are and all that? Fair. No, right. Fair. Yeah, this is Vitali! Like, are you? Come on, bro. Remember the guy back there in the day, took the shrooms, did that terrible thing to that woman? That guy. And then went right back to doing dumb content?
Well, let me just clarify that you can find God at any stage of your life.
Exactly. No, that's what I'm saying.
But is he really finding God?
Is he genuine about it?
Finding God for the Philippines?
Exact. That's what I'm saying. He's not genuine about this, or at least in my opinion, seeing all the stuff.
You shouldn't play like that.
Vitali drama arc.
As a Filipino in the Philippines, I'd be like, you know what? See, now he's really being disrespectful.
And that's what I'm saying. It's just a grift so he can get out of jail. Like he's not actually finding God. He's not he is doing this to appeal to the Philippine people so they can show him forgiveness. But he's not doing this out of he actually found remorse. He actually felt sorrow. That's completely BS. At least to me.
But you still gotta face your consequences.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. It's like, yo, that's excellent for you, brother. I'm happy that you really found new faith. You have good beliefs. That's all well and cool. But brother, you still did them actions. You have to get these consequences. That's it.
God is a forgiving God. Okay, but you still gotta handle what you gotta handle.
Stamped.
One charge, just a very simple, easy to prove charge of obstruction of business, and then they added on charges later. So this may be how it works in the Vitali case, where they initially are going to go with something very easy, unjust vexation. That is a layup in the Philippines. It's been described as one of the easiest and most simple things to prove. So they're starting with the simplest thing to prove, but that doesn't prevent them from adding more later if the prosecutor feels it's justified. And indeed, many, such as you guys in the comments below, feel it's justified. In fact, if you feel more charges are justified, let me know in the comments. So they're also claiming he reads the Bible daily, and I'm
pretty sure they dropped the theft charge, right?
Yeah.
Like where he tried to steal the cop's gun. I'm gonna tell you right now, obviously in the court they dropped it because you would assume it's just not enough evidence to substantiate it. Even though I'm not gonna lie, the clip is right there. But the courts are the courts. That would be mine for me. That one should have definitely not been dropped in or should still be on this. But that's just me though. They dropped it in court, so what in my opinion is irrelevant.
appealing to the Philippines as a Christian country. As someone who spent a lot of time in the Philippines, I will indeed say the Philippines is a very Christian country. A lot of folks, as an American, a lot of folks point to America, Europeans, for example, point to America as being a quote unquote very Christian nation or Judeo-Christian nation. I would say by comparison, we all fall short of the Philippines. The Philippines probably falls short only of the Vatican City when it comes to observance. And I just noticed that during, for example, Easter week, and how serious Easter week was taken, where nothing was really open. It was very, going really anywhere on that weekend was almost a no-go, whereas in the United States, then pretty much everything is open. You might find one place closed on Easter Sunday, a couple places, but by and large, America is open during Easter, not in the Philippines. And to me, and
I ain't gonna lie, heads trying to get the holiday pay. It's a real struggle, but it's so true though.
This is just something that, this is my personal opinion, that appears to be the strategy of his attorney, right? And obviously, an attorney would want to appeal to anything you can appeal to, and that's something you certainly could appeal to, which is the moral sentiment of a nation, saying, okay, think about this way.
That's why I keep saying it's directly
Come on, that's so disrespectful.
Like, what this is directly what the word grift means. You're using something not on a factor because you have like the direct belief in it. It's because it's going to gain you an advantage, whether that be like politically in a sense, which is obviously here because we're dealing with the court system, or like financially, which for him here, if he gets out or whatever and he's allowed bail, that gets him too. So sad.
Yeah.
Sad. That's it.
That last one.
Sad.
Right? But
I can't see.
Vitali is attempting to petition for bail. Yeah, it is what I was just talking about. Bail is not a right for foreigners. So basically, yeah, you're not just immediately, you know how we keep saying it's at the Philippines' discretion? Yeah, basically, so is bail. So it's at their discretion if he gets bail. How many of y'all are confident they're giving Vitali bail? All right, so good seeing the show of hands here. There were none. You'd be correct. Like, what are we talking about?
Once again, that's not the only factor that would chime in here. And I will also say that, frankly, the individual morality does not necessarily echo in what legal sentencing should be. But that going on, Vitali is attempting to petition for bail. Bail is not a right for foreigners. Now, bail is enshrined in the Constitution for Filipinos, but it's not a right for foreigners. And there's a very good reason for that. And I'm going to read you and thank you to Angel Chase for sending this over to me. This is a section on bail from the Philippines, which is factors in granting or denying bail. So the judge considers the following when looking at.
Oh, we going down the list.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, this is my favorite.
Let Andrew do it. Okay, so
bail.
Let's see.
The nature of the deportation charge.
So, like, I'm assuming, like, what they came about to get this charge. So the nature of it. So, like, what was his intentions?
We'll see. Andrew will probably explain it. Let's see.
I guess.
The immigration status of the foreigner, the physical condition and age of the foreigner, humanitarian considerations, and such other considerations that will guide the commissioner in determining whether the foreigner is a flight risk, underlying flight risk, and or a threat to the public interest. Well, I think Vitali is trying to focus on his physical condition and his humanitarian consideration. So
I gotta look that up. Hold on. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What you looking up?
Humanitarian, like, consideration. I did not know what this means.
His physical condition, because he's now having mental health challenges, and he's losing weight. He's not eating.
Okay. Yeah, I gotcha. Humanitarian considerations are actions and decisions that prioritize the well-being and needs of people affected by crises, disasters, or conflicts. Oh, he's cooked on this. That prioritize the well-being and needs of people affected by crises, disasters, or conflicts. This is directly conflicts. This is like he caused conflicts, correct? Like, am I wrong on that?
But are they referring to his though?
I would have. Yeah.
This is the factors on if they're gonna grant him bail.
That's what I'm saying, and they're considering this, like, the actions that they're prioritizing the well-being of the people. Like, I remember in the last video he was talking about the restorative versus the other John, and restorative is like for the people, for justice or whatever, and the rehabilitation is for the person. That's what I'm saying. This is like, if they're going by the well-being of the people that Vitali committed these actions on, like the nuisance arrow streamer actions, he cooked on this. You directly caused them conflicts. You're harassing them. But that's my interpretation. I could be completely wrong. It's not like I'm the lawyer here. Duh. But that, from what I'm seeing in the way I'm considering it, we got that.
trying to say, oh, I am, I'm changed, the kind of moral side of it there.
All right,
and also I'm in such
That's what I'm talking about. They was in reference to him, not the other people.
Okay, so then Trilly's an idiot.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. This is in reference to giving him bail factors, and they're going to look into him, not anyone else.
Trilly's an idiot.
Yeah, so his physical condition.
His physical condition, you could obviously say in this case, as we were discussing earlier, it ain't looking too good from where he went in at.
Consideration, okay.
If we're going based off of like his Johns with humanitarian considerations,
Okay, it's so bring it back a little bit because Andrew was saying.
Yeah, I got you. Up.
And his humanitarian consideration. So he's trying to say, oh, I am, I'm changed, the kind of moral side of it.
Yeah, then that's just straight up disingenuous. Because, you didn't change. As we discussed earlier, the only reason you're doing this is because you want to get out of jail. If you never went in jail, were you doing this? No. He's just lying.
There. And also, I'm in such a bad mental condition. I'm breaking down. I have mental health issues. But the problem is a lot of these things are against him. First of all, he is not elderly. He is a person who styles himself as a healthy male.
Well, he's I believe 31 or 32. So he's in literal middle age, almost like what most people say 25 to 35 is your peak. He's literally in peak condition. A
healthy adult male is the prime candidate for staying behind bars. That's the prime category of a normal age adult male behind bars. That's kind of what the general expectation is. The immigration status, obviously, he does not have a business there, a wife there. He doesn't have some sort of support network. So there's nothing that's going to benefit that I would see to benefit that.
You think his girlfriend been dipped on him?
Yeah, she been going.
Facts.
Obviously he's already been branded or is being branded a undesirable alien. So the nature of the deportation, well, this is a big thing for him because nobody will take him. So the question is they wouldn't even know where to send him if he went off and what's going on.
He can't get sent to Russia. He can't get sent to the U.S.
And no one else is accepting him.
And that's what I'm saying. Any other country definitely not taking him. So
he cooked. He have no place to go. Bye-bye. Maybe they can send him out of space.
Well, hey, is he still going to be able to collect 200?
200 where? When he pass go?
Yeah.
What go?
Exactly.
He gotta go. You don't got no place. That's sad. Nobody don't want you. That's sad. That's when you should really start breaking down.
The saddest part is that he will go to jail, though.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Dang.
Dang.
Place to go.
Snake eyes.
I ain't got no place to go. Jeez.
Yo, I keep trying to tell you, bro. I'm just gonna keep laughing at these nuisance IRL streamers, man. Because what do I say all the time? Stupid actions get stupid consequences. And guess what? If you don't want stupid consequences, you probably shouldn't do stupid actions.
I ain't never thought no country wants you in there.
Nah, that's really crazy for countries to directly be like, hey, bro, you dead not stepping foot on our soil.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Seems like you're pretty hated.
You ain't going there. You definitely ain't going here.
It's crazy to me that these heads will get validation, right? Off of their glazers, the one few people in their Discord, and then somehow not be bothered or pretend not to be bothered because heads like Johnny, he's blatantly lying. He's definitely bothered, as you can see with the TTSs, and be hated by entire countries. That blows my mind. You can live off the validation of the 5 mods in your Discord, but you have no care that entire countries hate you? What? Bro, it blows my mind. That's what I'm saying. The internet guy, something has doing, as we can see, too much crazy stuff.
So I don't think that helps him. But the last one, flight risk, I think is the biggest step against Vitali because
of course he literally tried to dip out and they stopped him. Remember? They said, the officer pulled up in his Crocs. He was like, nah, it was cute, man.
Uber to go.
I ain't even had to put him in sports mode. Bro, this show crazy.
He has funds. He has money. Vitali is not broke. Vitali does have money. And if they do let him out from behind bars, it is highly likely that Vitali will try some method to escape the Philippines, some method to get out of there.
What happened to his pops going there? I heard that John was something that happened. His father went there. That didn't result in anything?
About it, but they said he was there. He's there. Because he's there trying to get the bail because they got money.
That's what I'm saying. Is his pops not doing nothing?
No, he there. He there. Ready with the wallet.
Tough.
and to escape any sort of punishment. He absolutely 100% has the resources to attempt to do that. There are very many high-profile cases of people that have done that lately. There's, in fact, very good cases that have been recently where people have fled the country. There's a Chinese national that did that on some very serious charges.
Diddy tried to do that. I remember that.
That's a whole other story. But I think that is the factor. If I was the judge, that I would look at and saying, hey, he is really motivated to get out of there. Mm-hmm. And he is someone that has the means to do it and all the incentive to do it. And as soon as he does that, he can turn around and brag about escaping from the Philippines. He can turn around and rub it in their face, just like the other nuisance streamers, just like the Johnny Somalis of the world that get away. And as soon as they get out of the country, they turn around and they mock the people of that country.
Which is rude and messed up. But at the end of the day, who still wins? Brother, you went to jail. You did time. You had to sit in jail. And when you get out, you're a nuisance IRL streamer. Like I just came off of saying, the only people you're getting validation from is these bulls glazing you in your chat or Discord. Remember, you're going to be hated by anyone that can fire their 2 brain cells like y'all can't. That's really tough. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, but again, we're in an era where people don't care about their reps. Again, Jack Doherty's whole life is embarrassing himself. So it's like, bro. Not even to mention, again, Ram Bob. Duh.
I absolutely think he should not be granted bail. But what do you think in the comments below? Let me know.
No.
And I'll catch you.
Are you guys enjoying the stream today?
Wait. Yo, the timing was perfect. But y'all already know. Shadow Legal Mindset. We indeed love to see it. We do. We have Vitali finds God and seeks bail. Fast facts. If you guys would like to watch the original video, as always, down in the description. There. First link, show the love to Legal Mindset, and you know what time it is. Boss, cook for him. Talk to me.
Well, here you have it, the update. No bail!
Ooh, tough.
Now put in the comments, what do you think? I already know. But we did have a few Vitali Glazers in the comments these days.
Oh, that don't got nothing to do with me. I got to do with me. Hey, bruv. Hey, bruv. The guy. Hold on.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna cap, man. He in a jail cell.
Yeah.
Yo, in the comments doing this, Joe, you not doing nothing for him, bruv. I'm not gonna hold you. He's still gonna sit there. But anyway.
In the comments, bail and no bail.
I think, like, again, if it's at their discretion and, like, there's no, like, direct right for foreigners to even get bailed, why would they give it to him? For what purpose? They don't gain anything by doing that. They gain something by having him sit there and get the stupid consequences for his stupid actions.
That's it.
But, yeah, I think the Philippines already know that, as we can see. But, moving on to the end screen. Like this video up if you enjoyed. Of course, me and the boss would very much appreciate that. Ooh, 6K up, 6K down, 6K round the way.
We need some subscribers. We need some subscribers.
Tough. Turn on that post notification bell so that every time the boss Trilly posts on this page right here, MAT Mama Show, that boy will be
you see that blue
straight on your feed, boy. That's tough. I ain't gonna lie. Last but not least, boss, go ahead and tell them what they gotta do in each and every video.
From the beginning to the end, thank you. I truly appreciate it so kindly.
Stamped. And, of course, like I say every time, we appreciate everyone for taking the time out of y'all day to sit here and gel with us about these bozos.
Oh, there's a lot of you guys out there, 2025.
There sure is.
Oh, my gosh.
Summer should be lovely. I can't wait to cover you bulls like every day.
Johnnies and Vitalis and Jacks and Nico's
and new builds, literally new bulls coming out of the woodworks because they want to be freaking Rambob proteges and Kanye proteges and Diddy proteges and
we got some coming for you. So don't worry, we don't just do Rambob.
You already know. For right now, while the boss still working a big boy job, we gotta, you know what I'm saying, kind of minimize it.
Yes.
But when the summer hit, baby,
so we out.
We coming for y'all. It's done. But yeah, peace. Of course, as always, we'll be catching y'all when we cover the next bozos.
Bye.
Peace.